That's it then. Bye bye Shardlow. Dennis. Oh, that's scabby aerial. Get that off. There you go. We're away. We're away. Collecting the engine room, watching what's going on. Home sweet home. It seems a bit extravagant, you know, when you say, oh, you're buying a boat. I'm buying a boat. It does sound extravagant, but what it boils down to, the straight fact of it is, it's a 57-foot boat. There's a lot more room than you get on a caravan. It's solidly built, really solidly built. All the wood on here is solid wood. It's got to be, because if not, you're just expanding it. It'd be use and ornament within a couple of years. This one's 1998. Futurest is 1998. That's old now. That's 15 years old. The wood's all great on it. You've got a load of space. For what we've paid for it, we've paid half the price of a decent camper van that you won't buy. It's scandalous, so it is a bit of a no-brainer. The top and bottom of it is, you're getting more for your money, you're getting a lot more bang for your buck. You've got that engine. I think that engine's, it's around 10 grand, I'm sure, that you've got to pay for an engine like that. It's above 5. It's an old engine. They just don't stop. They're bulletproof, as they say. It's brilliant. Done it. The only problem is now that within the first half an hour of being on this boat, don't want to get off. Never want to leave it. Brilliant. See you later. Well, this is quite magical, isn't it? First trip out. Wow. So we're heading out of Shardlow Marina. Quite lucky because water levels been extremely high for at least the last month. There's a lot of floods down this end, which most folk have seen it on the news. That poor barge that got caught underneath the bridge. That's around this way somewhere. So it looks like the river in front of us. So that'll be the Trent. You'll be able to see when we get a little closer. It'll be there's a good flow on it. We're going to go down the Trent a little way to meet the other river. I'm guessing, I'm stabbing in the dark a little here. I think it might be the Derwent. That might be a different river somewhere else. But where it meets the Derwent, we're going to take a sharp left back on ourselves into Lock 1 at Shardlow. Lock 1, Trent and Mersey. And we're going to be making our way all the way up to Preston Brook. There you go, out into the river. Now Dennis seems to be going full straight on into the river, because I imagine he knows that once he hits that current, it's going to naturally push us around on its own anyway. There you can see. Excellent. So there you go. Special day today, because we're not likely to see the Trent. We've no reason to come back down on the Trent, so it's quite emotional sort of day that this could be the last time this boat sees the Trent. And I know it's spent a lot of time down here, but we don't have any particular reason to moor back up in Shardlow Marina, so we wouldn't be coming on the Trent again. So this is what's possibly its final trip on the Trent, unless anybody after us takes on this boat and brings it down for nostalgic reasons. Well, there you go, Futurest. Enjoy this little journey, because I am.
peculiar when you watch looking backwards. The boat seems to be moving a lot more because it's obviously a big long boat and it's on an angle. It's weird when you look from that way. Dennis is looking after us. You'll see Dennis there. Man, taking care of us. So it's quite a way down. It's lovely on the river. We'll end up on the Weaver. I'll probably spend, I'm imagining, quite some time on the Weaver. It's just whether you get a little bit fed up. It's beautiful, but there's so many more places to go and explore. I think we're just around this bend, I'm sure, is the entrance. I've walked across here, this field here, when we've been down to the marina. This is as far as you can get, type of thing. Just round here. Let's have a look. See if we've got a bit further to go, or whether this is the bit where it bends in. Don't know where the Trent goes. I've not really looked. Apart from it heads off out towards the M1. That junction. Not sure whether just to the left here, if that's where we're turning in, or it's a little bit further to go. Let's have a look. Back in a minute. So from memory, we've walked over that bridge. When you walk down to Lock 1 from Shardlow, main boat builder's yard sort of place, you walk down to Lock 1 and then you have to come over this bridge to start walking back up. I think you can just see there, this is where the river splits. So Trent goes off to the right, and as I say, I hope I'm getting it right. I'll get slated if I'm not, but it might be the Derwent, up the Derwent. Goes in the middle there. I said to Dennis, I says, oh well, it'll be. Is it quite slack there? He said, oh no, it's quite turbulent there, because we're going to do a sharp left onto the canal here. Because it does look kind of still and slack, the water here. Dennis says, it's deceptive. There's lots of undercurrents. So we're gonna. I imagine he's gonna bank it in across. There you go, Trent and Mersey Canal this way. It's quite a sharp turn. I think if I'd have been attacking it for the first time, not knowing, I would have cranked it round by now. But this chap obviously knows that he's going to meet some resistance with the river. Well, that's it. So we're still on the river now. Obviously, we're not truly in the canal until we go through the lock. And that does. On this little stretch now, up to the first lock. And oddly enough, as much as we've done a few locks, this one's got paddles and it's ground paddle, is it? Not done a ground paddle before. Shame.
Mersey Canal. Just coming into Shardlow itself. We've done lock 1. It's round the bend here. We're going to stop, go past the boatyard in a little minute. It's excellent. I've seen people do videos like this before when they go out for the first time on the boat. It's awesome. It's quite emotional. It's very, very pleasant. It's got to be down as one of the best things that I've ever done in Tears. I just said to Colette up the back then, he says, "Did I tell you?" He said, "What? I'm buying a boat." It's probably the last time you're going to hear me say that, because it's done, dusted, on the canal, loving life. Many, many more days like this to come. We're February, we're March now, just come into March. I think it's 2nd or 3rd of March. So weather's just picking up. We're not hit spring yet. There was frost on the car this morning, so it's proper cold. It's been minus overnight, and it's only about 1 or 2 degrees right now, but you wouldn't know it. Don't know, maybe the water itself keeps a bit of an ambient temperature. The boat's lovely and warm, there's no heating on, but the engine kicked up, and I think what happens is there's a breeze coming down from the engine room. It comes through the boat. The boat's quite nice and warm. It's surprising. There's a little marina over here onto the right hand side. You may have just heard the tick over come down then, because we're coming up to some boats, so you've got to slow right down when you're going past the boats. Oh, that's lovely. It's very pretty. I'll just move out where let just jump in there and have a look at that marina. This is Shardlow Lock. So this one is Shardlow Lock. It's lock number 2. Does say on the side here. I can confirm that it's Shardlow Lock because there's a thing on here that says it. Jacket next week.
Ah, there she is.
I think this is us, isn't it? Did he tell you that to get off?
Oh.
Dennis going to take our lovely Futurest all the way up to Wincham, to Northwich, and we'll meet him up that end in a week's time. He gets all the exciting bits, but he said he'd prefer to be on his own, which, bless, he's doing us a right honour and taking it up anyway. Getting a massive education off him as well. Smashing fella. We'll pick up with him at Wincham end at Northwich somewhere on the last day. Probably going to, it's either Friday night or Saturday morning. We'll see how he's fixed, I'm not too sure. But other than that, we'll see you soon. Thanks very much. Ta-ha.
The path used to go around, used to have a ball there, and he was stood on there watching me come in. The gear change came and snapped. So we had a ball and knocked him off.
Bye.
Well, it wasn't long ago we went and looked at our first lot. Didn't have a clue. Not a Scooby-Doo. And they looked proper scurry. And here we are now. It's not 18 months, is it?
About that.
Coming up on 18 months, but not more than 12 months ago. Scared of everything. And that's our boat now. On its way to witness. We're going to put it down the cut. We're going to go down Spiky. The Catalyst down West Bank. Selling coffee. See you later.